The mind is good at hiding things, but there's something it cannot do. It can't erase. It can only conceal, and concealed things are not gone. They rot, they fester, they leak poisons, they ache and they stink. They hiss like serpents in tall grass. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Leslie, and today I'd like to review Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. This is the second novel in the Strange the Dreamer series. I'll be sure to go ahead and link down my review of Strange the Dreamer. This is going to be spoiler free. It is going to be my feelings of this sequel, this final installment, and I feel disappointed in this sequel. Having read the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, I am fully aware that Laini Taylor's plots are generally very slow paced. And although on the slower pace, I did enjoy Strange the Dreamer very much. The writing, as always, is very beautiful, very whimsical, elegant, and Laini Taylor seems to enjoy writing about the same concepts of vengeance, despair, anger, and being unable to forgive. So it is to my great surprise that I did not enjoy Muse of Nightmares very much. In the beginning, I liked it, and then I progressively started unliking it. And it was actually kind of hard to pinpoint what exactly I didn't like about it, because it resembles Strange the Dreamer very much. The descriptions were beautiful. You can really smell or taste or even see what the author is describing, but I think I was just bored. Knowing that this was the final book in the series and that midway through the book nothing of importance had happened yet really pissed me off. It's one thing for the first novel in a series to be slow-paced and to be setting up for the rest of the books, but I expected more badassery to happen earlier in the book. The overly written descriptions, the beauty of the writing, distracted me from the fact that nothing was happening until I couldn't ignore it anymore. And this novel spent so much time summarizing what happened in the first book that it quickly became annoying to me because nothing else was happening. Once we get past the midway point, there's a weird subplot that develops, and I didn't know whether it was happening in the past, in the present, in the future, and I was just so annoyed with that. And then it turned out to be both happening in the past and in the present, and it was just so confusing, and I didn't think it was well done. Also, I don't know if it's just me who didn't realize this sooner, but it seems like in this book, we realize that the world this is taking place in is one of the many worlds that the Seraphims in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy visited. And there is mention of Karou and her work, and I just didn't think that the cross-reference between the different series was very well done. With only 59 pages left in this book, I realized that I was starting to hate the writing style because the similes and the metaphors started making less and less sense. It just felt like Laini Taylor was trying to fill the pages to get to a bigger word count. However, what I did really like was the concept that comes out of these two books, and the character development is fantastic as each character chooses to let go of their hate and let love back into their lives. I found the ending to be really sad for one of the characters, and it was so unexpected, and it had me crying very hard, and I actually did love that. I did enjoy the ending, and if you've read the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, then you know what Karou can do for Sarai, and you know where this is going. So I really do think that we're gonna have a spin-off series where the two series converge and Sarai and Karou will meet, and that will be pretty cool. I did love that this book was filled with amazing quotes and life lessons such as: can hate be reversed? Can revenge be diffused? We might be at odds, hate each other, and desire each other's destruction. But in our despair, we are lost in the same darkness, breathing the same air as we choke on our grief. That was really beautiful. I just honestly wish that the sequel had been nearly as good as the first book. But for me, it fell flat, and I am torn between giving it a 3 stars or a 3.5 out of 5. It's just that the plot was not moving along, and the whimsical, beautiful writing was very good at distracting me from what else I was missing. I thought that as a whole, I enjoyed the concepts that came out of these books, the whole gods being monsters and people willingly becoming monsters themselves to free their species from oppression. I love that. I love putting myself into the character's shoes and just wondering what I would do if I were in their position. Would I be able to let go of my hate? So that is all for my review of Muse of Nightmares. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next one.